Okay, guys, recording is started. Ladies, gentlemen, you're being heard. Okay, the bell ringer. We are using a graph of a proportional relationship to answer some information. The first question is wanting to know the equation to the graph. Before we can find the equation to the graph, what do we need to know? One specific thing. Emerson? Okay, we do need to know a y and an x because that is going to help us locate the what, Marley? Very good, the constant of proportionality. And what variable is the constant of proportionality, Cannon? K. K, and what is the ratio that we use to find K? Like y over x, very good. So we need to start by finding a y and an x that will help us find K. Can I use any of the points on that line to find K? Jimmy says yes. Jimmy, which point did you use?
1, 2.
You used 1, 2? Okay. So the coordinate 1, 2. And if you do y over x, are you going to do 1 over 2 or 2 over 1? 2 over 1. And what was that, Jimmy? 2. Okay, so if I know that the k is 2, how do I now find and write the equation to the graph? Tristan.
Y equals 2x.
Very good. Y equals 2x.
Wow. Amazing.
Fabulous. All right, number 2. What point represents the unit rate? The unit rate appears when a certain letter is a certain number. No. Cannon? Yes. What point represents the unit rate? The 1, 2? Correct. Okay. So the key on here, if I'm looking for the unit rate, x has to be 1. Which means the y is the k. Y is the k. But that 1 is the unit rate. Mary Liddy, tell me what the 0.36 means in terms of the graph.
I said that in 3 hours you would walk 6 miles.
Very good. In 3 hours, you could walk 6 miles. Tristan?
I did 3 hours per 6 miles.
That works too. The key is to make sure that when in our explanation, the 3 is referencing the hours and the 6 is referencing the miles.
Yes.
Fabulous. All right, let's go ahead and put bell ringers so we don't, on the bell ringer. Those of you who have a little bit of OCD in you, November 8th should be November 7th. Your test was moved to the 8th, so if you need to have all your dates correct, the quiz will be, or unit test will be on Friday. Hopefully, it will not take more than 1 class period. Hopefully. But then again, I didn't think 15 questions would take 2 class periods. On the quiz. Wait, my brain just stopped. Okay, on the quiz, it was decided that if you listened and you did the show work as required, that you will keep the higher of the 2 grades. If you chose to ignore your instructions, your grades will be averaged as we do every other quiz. Okay? Ma'am?
Was mine good?
Oh, I don't know. I haven't looked at them. This is why it's taking me longer to grade because I have to go through 136 show work papers now.
I did my show work.
But I only had a handful of people who just decided they weren't going to listen. Folks, if I tell you to show work for every question, it is vital to the grade. Those that did not show work probably didn't pass. period. Okay? Or they passed very, very, very barely. Okay? There are certain units, percents, statistics, equations. That show work is super important. Okay? So don't ignore those instructions.
What if you had a good show work paper and you got 100 on the first
Thank you so much.
Good, you get 100.
Yay.
All right. You were given a packet, and the first page is discussing percent change, and the second page is discussing percent error. They're very similar in their process, but like everything else we've done, it depends on the wording and your vocabulary. Okay, just like when we were talking about part, it changed to tip, commission, sales tax, discount. We're going to be looking at percent change, and it's going to bring in a couple different things. First, in finding the part, it brings in the word difference. What does difference imply? Cannon? Subtraction. So we are going to have to be subtracting two values. I want to know how much did the numbers change. And then the other word we want to keep in mind for the whole, is we want to use the original number. Which number took place first? Okay. So we're going to start with question number 1. And these are in your notes, like that big note packet that you got to use on your quiz that you're not using on your test.
What?
This proportion is there for percent change and percent error. All right, let's look at number 1 with some percent change. Patty bought a pair of jeans that normally cost $40 for a sale price of $24. What was the percent discount? Percent discount is another phrase for percent change, because how did the price change? If it's discounted, it's going to go down. All right, so the first thing we want to do is find how much it changed. We're going to start with our normal cost of $40, subtract the sale price, and what do we get? 16. Okay, so 16 is how much it changed.
Yes, ma'am.
16 is the part. The whole, why the 40?
Because it's the normal cost.
Very good. The original price, the normal cost, that's your whole. And we are locating the percent. And however you choose to solve is your choice. Tristan, what'd you do?
I just did 16 divided by 40, and I got 0.4, and that would equivalent out to 40%.
Very good. So 40% is the correct answer. Very good. Mary Lady?
What would be the equation for percent?
The equation to do this one, I would just do 16 divided by 40 times 100. If I'm looking for a percent, part divided by whole times 100 will give you a percentage. Number 2, Colton scored a 70 on his first history test of the term and a 91 on the second history test. Colton's score increased by what percent?
What?
We're looking for an increase of percent. He started at a 70 and then he ended up with a 91. What do we need to find first? Got to find the part, which is how much our numbers changed. 91 minus 70 is 21. So we had an increase of 21 points. From what original number?
70.
The 70. You can solve the proportion, or Mary Lady brought up the equation. You can take the difference divided by the original times 100. So that's option 2. Juju, you got an answer?
Yes.
What you got?
30.
You sure about that? Say yes. 30% is correct. Okay. I'm going to give you a minute and a half or so on question number 3, and then I'm going to have somebody explain it for me, please. Of course you are. Okay, question number 3. It's going to have to be in there a minute. Can you speak loudly so it can pick you up? All right, Cannon.
So first I did 20 minus 15, and that gave me 5. And so I set up my proportion. I did 5 over 20 equals x over 100. So I did 5 divided by 20, and it gave me 0.25. So that means the answer is 25.
What was that answer one more time?
25.
25%. Very good. Yes, ma'am.
The thing that confused me is like which one to use.
Well, on this one, they give you specific days of the week. Friday night and then Saturday night.
No, that's not what I'm talking about. That's like which one to use. Like which hole?
Well, the one what we're on right now is percent change. So we want to focus just on that one part. Question 4. I'll give you, 90 seconds because y'all are so quick and smart. Okay, maybe 95 seconds.
Yeah, 95.
Is that better?
That's a minute and 30 seconds, guys.
A minute and 35 seconds. All right, Juju has asked to answer this one. What are we going to do first, Juju?
Subtract 8,244 minus 7,613, and I got 631. And so I did 631 over the original average tuition, which is 7,613 equals x over 100. And I did 631 divided by 7,613 times 100, and I got 8.2 and some stuff, and I rounded up to 8.3.
Good. It does round up to 8.3%. Very good. Okay, before we move on to percent error, I want you to mark out question number, in percent change, I want you to mark out 5, 9, and 10. Okay? Mark out 5, 9, and 10.
Why?
Because I want to.
Like mark out X out.
Yes, like exit out of them. We're going to come back to 6, 7, and 8 in a minute
Percent error.
because you're going to work on those on your own. And I want us to go to percent error. Okay, so just turn the page over to percent error. Percent error is taking an estimation and comparing it to the actual measurement of something. It's calculating how far off your mistakes are. It's commonly used probably more in the manufacturing industry, like the people who, factories that make nails and screws and bolts and stuff like that. They make these in mass production. I mean, they make millions of them. Out of those millions, are all of them exactly 100% identical? No. So what they do is they create a small margin of error, and if they fall in that little range where the mistakes can happen, they allow it to go and be sold under that. If I gave you a margin of error on a test, okay, be like, okay, you'll get an A if you make Or I'll give you 100, but your margin of error is only 2%. Which means you could make a what and still make 100? A 98. Okay? So it's calculating just a little bit of mistakes here. And again, it still brings up some of the same words. The word difference. We're going to be subtracting again to find the part. And pay very close attention to which number you use as the whole. We're looking for the number that actually takes place, not the mistake, not the estimate. Okay? So we're looking at number 1, and these are not multiple choice, but we will be doing decimals, so we will, let's round them to the nearest tenths place. So point something if we need to. Okay, so on question number 1, Jessie, she's going to pick up her cat and estimate her cat to be 10 pounds. Could be. The actual weight of the cat when they took the cat to the vet and plopped him on the scale was 13.75 pounds. That's a fat cat. We want to find the percent error. I have a feeling my cat's fatter than this. I'll weigh him and find out. Okay, first thing, we want to figure out how much, bring it down. We want to find out how much her error was. So we want to subtract the two amounts. And we get 3.75. If you go and pick up your cat and you guess a weight and you're only about 3 to 4 pounds off from the actual weight, do you think you made that big of a mistake?
Yes.
I wouldn't think so.
That's pretty good. I wouldn't be able to guess that close.
I mean, that's a pretty close guess when it comes to weight. But we want to find the percent error. So the 3.75 is the top. The actual weight of the cat is the bottom number. 13.75. And we are looking for that percentage. So we go right back to our cross multiplying, or divide and times it by 100, I mean. I got one person who's got an answer. I got 2. Ooh, 5. 6. 7.
Micah.
Micah makes 8. Don't have any whole groups with them yet.
Oh, me and Micah.
Oh, no. See.
We're a group.
So you think.
If Miriam was done it, our group would be done.
Wait, you said we're up to the
10th place, yes. 1 decimal point.
I'm done.
Yes, we're all.
All right, I got one whole group ready.
We're the best group.
I'm actually small.
Oh, there's a second group. All right, looking for, okay, I got at least 3 groups ready to go. I got 4 groups. I like it. All right. When you solved this proportion, John Henry, what did you end up with?
I got 27.27.
So 27.3%?
That's what I got, guys.
Okay, that is the percent of error.
Exactly.
But, so here's my question. We said being off by about 3 to 4 pounds wasn't a big deal because you just picked the cat up and guessing. But a 27% error, is that a big deal? Yes.
If it's only 13 pounds.
Yeah.
If it's a bigger number.
Yeah, if it were a larger number, 3 pounds wouldn't be a big deal. But since the cat is of smaller size, it makes it a bigger percentage.
If you estimate $10 million, you can't 27% off.
Yeah, very true. Okay. Question 2. Each week, Mr. Jones goes to the grocery store. Mr. Jones estimates that he will spend $120 when he goes to the grocery store this week. He actually spends $94. This is because Mr. Jones does not have any teenagers living in his house. And now we are to find the percent error.
That made me hungry.
Made you hungry? You just had lunch. Okay, thank you. Abigail, what's the first thing we need to do to start finding percent error? Very good. 120 minus 94 is how much?
At least 2.
At least 2. Thank you. Marley, how much is it?
$26.
All right. So his estimate was about $26 off. I need to set up a proportion. I need a part and a whole. I got a part. I got a 26.
The whole is 120.
No, it's not.
I believe.
It's 94.
Why is it 94? You were disagreeing with Micah. Because it is what he actually spent.
Come on, Micah.
Dang, I got confused.
What
Yes.
skibbity toilet?
These questions, that's on the banned word list.
Wait, what?
There's a banned word list. Y'all know that.
Wait, what did I say that's bad?
No, Juju.
What, skibbity?
If it has the word skibbity in it, it is banned. All right, Charlie, what did you get for X? I said Charlie. Charlie does not have his answer.
I do.
Miriam.
Well, I have
Okay. Are you okay? If anybody wants to know, Micah just fell backwards off the stool. Oh, bless it. All right. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. It's still recording. They will love this later. You're gonna have to go back and listen. All right. All right, 3, 2, 1. John Henry. All right, Miriam, what is your question?
Okay, so it was I got 27.7. Would that just be 28?
You got 27.7? I would leave it at 27.7.
Okay, well, that's what I got.
Yeah, because we said we were going to estimate to the nearest tenth. All right, I want you to do 3 and 4, please, and I'm going to pause and help peel Micah up off the ground. All right, question number 3. We're trying to find the percent error in Marcus's estimate. Liza Jane, can you talk loud, please?
First you have to do 300 minus 230, and that equals 70.
Very good.
And then you have to do 70 over 300 because the total amount of people is actually 300. And then x over 100 and your total is 23.3 repeated.
Very good. So about 23.3% is the percent of error. Very good. Jimmy, you want number 4?
Yeah.
All right, you. Hey, classmates. All right, Jimmy, speak up so the mic can catch your voice.
Okay. Okay, so I did 475 minus 380, and that gave me 95.
Good.
95, and then I did 95 over 380. 380 equals x over 100, and I did that, and got 25%.
25% is correct. Okay. Y'all stop. Okay, so as simple as this is, the biggest issue that I have found that we're having right now with all the percent stuff is basically just keeping in line all the different things that we've been talking about. Whether it's talking about a part and a whole, or a tip and a restaurant bill, or a discount and a sale price and taxes, and now we've got change and error here. I am going to have you finish the percent change and the percent error questions, and then I'm going to put you guys at the board. which means I have to stop recording because it won't pick up what's going on the board, which is fine because whoever's watching this at home can now work the problems on their own. Sound good? All right, y'all are fabulous.